Hey there, Antoine. I am Aaron. Welcome to Tuesday Night Blues, and welcome to the Cult of Cinema. Hey there, everyone. So, the big thing coming up, and I guess we're all aware of this right now, is that the Severance sale is up on us. It is literally 10 days, well, less than 10 days away. My hair's a mess. I apologize. But I think I'll leave my hat off for now, and we'll just do this as is. Hey there, Jacob, Franco, and Alan. It's Tuesday. That would be, what did I say? It's written there Tuesday Night Blues. Did I say something different? I probably did because it's been a big day. So for those that don't know, yesterday I put up the What Scares You with Brian from Just the Discs. And I will be filming another one of those. Fingers crossed tomorrow. And I won't let you know, no, I'll let you know ahead of time. Hey there, Alan. A bit of the bubble. No, I just feeling it. I get that, man. I get that. Hey there, flicking. Welcome, man. Yo, Alex. So, is everybody excited about the Severance sale? Because, can I be honest with you right now? I'm going to be anyway. I know a lot of people went all in on the Vincent sale, and congratulations and fantastic for those that did. But I looked at my better half. Well, my better half looked at me, and before she went to Morocco, she's in Morocco now. She made it there safe. Here's a mess, but I like it. Well, the way I see it, Ragman, I appreciate that, is at this point, I still have some hair left. So I'll go with that. Hey there, Chris. Chris, I have Cosmic Ghost Rider coming. So just want to let you know that. I think I do. I ordered it. That Snake Man from Dreamscape. Oh, my God. Yes, he did when I was a kid. But even now, it freaks me out a bit now. What we're going to look at tonight, we're going to look at the Scream Factory announcement, which I'll give you my thoughts on. We'll be talking about the upcoming Severance sale and the fact that I'm going to be doing a lot of Severance coverage over the next week or two. So we're going to really dive into that. If you're a Patreon Crimson Cult supporter, awesome. Thank you so much for that, because we are going to be doing some exclusive stuff for the Patreon channel. And I spent around 5.5 hours today doing a video that I'm still not finished, and I got to go back in and edit it a bit more. So, yeah, that's the fun stuff. That is my life now, guys. We will be talking about. We'll take a little dive because I still have it up on my screenshot there of what that subscription, what the rest of the year entails, and we'll do some guesses on that as well. Thank you, Antoine. Yes, definitely hit that like button. I forget to do it, Antoine. You're much better at this YouTube thing than me. If you are watching this video and you're enjoying what you watch, like, share, subscribe, all that goodness. There is a donation thing going across the screen. If you want to help me upgrade my camera, get better sound, or just buy something frivolously, it helps right there. But more than anything else, clicking that like button always helps out. It feeds the god of the YouTube algorithm. So for the 7 people that hit the like button, thank you so much. For the other, 10, 18 that didn't? Oh my God. Karma's a thing. Just saying. We double dipped on Out of the Blue, BFI, and Severin 4K. I'm excited for the Severin 7 because it means my 4K will be shipping. It is Morgan. It is so nice to have you in here. So nice to have you. Michael, man, I got to ask you something. I should ask you on here. I'm not sure if you're aware, Michael, but I know you're busy, so I doubt you're seeing many of my pre-taping videos. I've been doing a thing called What Scares You. And I've had on Heath from Serial at midnight, and I've had on Brian from Just the Discs, and I would love to get you in for a taping. It only takes 1/2 an hour. You just, you got my slide into my DM sometime on Twitter, and we'll work it out. A little bit of the bubble. Do I need to get to bounce off of? You are welcome to drop right in, actually. I will send you the link right now because I got you on my Twitter. This is the one thing that I love about doing YouTube is that I get to interact with so many super cool people on a regular basis, and that is I'm going to grab something. It's going to take me 1 second. I invited Michael in, so you're going to have actually, James. I literally had to give up the Coke with maple syrup. Do you know why? I'm going to be honest with you, because Aaron needed to start working out, and Aaron's needed to start like walking a lot more, because that my friend is what happened. And hello, Michael.
Hey, what's up? What's happening, y'all? What's going on?
It is insane. My better half is in Morocco today. So here's what happened, because you're going to like this, because it deals with the adult portion of stuff.
Oh.
So not in a good way. So we're bringing over stuff. Morocco's not a country that has a lot of adulty like type stuff. It's like, censorship, all that type of stuff.
Lame, yeah.
But so we're moving some stuff over because we don't know when we're moving, but we're moving in the near future. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So he's like, okay, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna take these like cases, those big 400 like movie cases. She took like 3 of them over. Said, I'm gonna take the most offensive, worst stuff right now. We're gonna take them in the box, we're gonna put them in there, we're gonna take them over. So 2 customs. She goes to Montreal, no problem. She goes to Paris, they're a bit douchey. She gets to Morocco, and she's like a little nervous, but she's luckily, what I did not know, but we found out we had some friends over there that took care of that. So yeah, but
okay,
for
so
like a while,
you're a porn smuggler now.
That's it. That's where
you're a hardened porn smuggler.
I was actually going to say hardened criminal. I'm going to say, man, we're way past that. But what do you think? Scream Factory announcement. Once they're there,
sure, yeah.
Let me pop it up here because I am. It's an announcement, and it's Scream Factory. That's what I can say right now.
Yeah,
I dig the figure. I'll tell you that much right now. But man, really, I'll bring up a big one.
Okay.
And let's get it on the screen here. All the joys, isn't it?
Speaking of Shout Factory, are you excited about Severin's box set?
Ray Dennis Steckler?
Yeah.
I was going to get in that later, but we'll talk about it now.
I mean, we can get to it later. I was mostly just wanting to dig on Shout for a second. Child's Play, yeah.
It's coming out again.
Yeah, it's another release of the Child's Play trilogy in this case. Gotta say, I realize that it's a rights thing, but when you do like a big franchise announcement, it comes with a fucking statue and whatever else it comes with, the alternate artwork and all that jazz. Gotta say, when it's just 3 of the movies out of a 7 film franchise, 7 or 8 now,
7 at this point, plus TV series, I guess, and that like whatever the hell you want to call that, remake, reboot, whatever. Yeah,
like it's a little, it's again, like I'm not gonna dish on Shout Factory or Scream Factory for only putting out what they can, but it does blunt the overall impact, I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody doesn't have this, like, fantastic. But here's the thing, Michael. A couple of weeks ago, I was at a Crate Digger sale, and I already own this movie, but I just bought this for $1, just get an extra copy. So I cannot. I don't know. Can't go into like.
I'll be fine, but it's It's cool.
If
It's
it's your
not
bag,
terribly. It's not like the Friday the 13th set where it drops and you're like, oh, my heart, I gotta get this in me now. It's more of a
do a Nightmare set up. Then I'm down. Because Nightmare, that's the crazy part. DVD era Nightmare was the first big set to come out. Was considered the best set of of horror DVDs in that era. The Nightmare set was the ultimate set to get. Everybody, if you're a horror fan, you had to have the Nightmare set. Fantastically done. Had this like bonus disc. It was almost like a game with all these special features. We go to Blu-ray era. We're in the 4K era now. Haven't got shit from Nightmare except for like a really lackluster set so far. Meanwhile, every other franchise that was lacking in previous generations like has a set. For crying out loud, I'm sure like Critters has a set right now. We still don't have
yeah, it's now would be a great time for people to get their shit together and put out a sexy ass Nightmare set. You got the latest Nightmare on Elm Street streaming on Netflix right now. Well, first 7 parts anyway.
See, I was excited when they announced the Friday the 13th set because initially for me the Friday 13th, they're doing all of them. That includes the New Line ones. So I guess that means they're working well with New Line, and looks like there's a Nightmare set in the works. And then the New Line discs came out, and they were the same as previously. There's nothing new. The same transfers, same features. There was nothing new from New Line stuff. And I'm like, maybe they're not working as close with New Line as I hoped that they were. But there's a doll. I mean, like this is cool. I mean, not as cool as the Sybil Danning doll. What the hell? What is?
But if you get that doll and the Sybil Danning doll in the same room, oh, buddy. Oh, smoke show. All right.
Where's the Tiffany doll? I'd rather have a Tiffany doll.
Oh yeah, Tiffany doll. That is a thing, actually. Yeah, you can get a fucking Chucky doll, just like at your fucking hardware store. But Tiffany doll, can't find it.
This is neat. I mean, like this is not as big as it looks. It's like a NECA figure.
Yeah, but, it is a very. I like the photo because it does make it look so much bigger than it actually is.
I know it's like it's in Friendly Giant. I'm Canadian, so it's like it's in the Friendly Giant stuff. Not sure if you know what that is or not.
No, I stick to purely American television and cinema. I'm a pure American man. Love America.
You mentioned it. Let's mention it. Let's go there.
Let's talk about an American set for Americans.
I'm guessing you got this already pre-ordered, don't you?
I haven't bought it yet. I'm waiting on my paycheck because I'm making a movie. I don't fucking any money. But I will be picking. I'm not going to pick up the whole enchilada because I don't need that stuff.
No.
I'm just going to get the set itself. Like it's tempting. Like having a cash flag mask would be pretty cool. But at the same time, I can't wear that mask because I have like the most engorged head you could possibly imagine. You know, I walk down the street and I just start swaying back and forth with the weight of this thing. So like I can't do masks. So I would just be putting it on a fucking wall or something, which
the mask was the only thing that tempted me on this. This is the one where I wasn't sure. Like I mentioned, I joked bits right down Steckler set like about a year ago when the Andy Milligan one came out.
I might have had some foreknowledge going, so I've been waiting on this for a while. And I'm so excited.
My better half looked at me and said, "You know what? We need this set." And that's why I love her.
Hey, Brad.
Yo, Brad, welcome, man. Because this is her jam.
Really?
She's as the cheesier the better. Like the champagne and bullets, you know, that's she digs that stuff. When I'm iffy on like a Vinegar Syndrome archive release, for instance, she's not. We sat down and we watched on our Patreon channel like about a year and a half ago now, whenever it came out. Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death. She loved the hell out of that movie. Everybody hates that movie. She said, people just don't get it. Like it is a guy that is like seriously like, you know, committed to acting, you know, in his, you know, as best as he can, and a local karate club and it meshed together. and that in its own weird way is friggin' genius. So I actually love that about her because she loves that stuff. She still wants Neil Breen. She wants all the Neil Breen stuff.
I
So
get
she
that.
digs the stuff, man.
I more than more than many people understand the Neil Breen love.
When you're that like when you have that much passion towards it, man, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a good thing. Like I'll get into your stuff when you got that much passion. Like Andy Milligan was a bit of a hard watch for me. I don't have to say yet. I gotta eventually get it.
It's a good set.
But well, good stuff relatively.
Andy Milligan's great. Come on. I mean, he has some really awful movies, but he's great.
Well, you know
Like,
what's it? Flesh Pot on 42nd Street.
mhm.
I swear by that one. Like as people say, not as just like, oh, it's just a cheesy movie. No, I mean like, he wrote that one, right?
I believe he wrote it. He wrote most of.
Because like the writing in that, it like of the people, like the street people and stuff, it's actually really freaking good. Because I grew up in around some places where there are some pretty uniquely different people, and the voice that's out that he gives them is actually pretty realistic to listening to people talk, as opposed to when you watch maybe a polished Hollywood film, and it's like and they're speaking lines that come from a script. This doesn't seem quite improvised, but it does seem more realistic.
Yeah, and he did write it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I think Andy Milligan's one of those where if he's going to get a little like tiresome, he'll get very tiresome. But when he's entertaining and like is bringing his own special brand of uh, interaction between humans, it's just the bee's knees. And there's something about like the fiery passion mixed with the kind of the cynicism and the like just dirtiness of his movies that it's a unique mixture. I think that's what it is. It's not necessarily that they're good even from a subjective standpoint at times. It's more that it's its own flavor. It's a very specific flavor. And if you're a quote unquote bad filmmaker, one of the psychotronic Mount Rushmore types, you can get away with just being unique versus some bland bad director. If you're just making the same bad movie as everybody else, then who cares? But if you're making a bad movie that stands on its own, as like that's a very specific kind of bad, and I've never seen anything fucking like it before. That's tasty.
Exactly. Just don't bore me, man. You can make your movie as good or bad as you want. Don't bore me. Like that at the end of the day, that's the thing. If I can watch a movie and enjoy it, whether if it's fantastically made or if it's like made on a shoestring budget and it's just something that intrigues the hell out of me, I'm right there. So these here, tell me. I'm guessing you've seen a lot of these, or probably all of these, Ray and Steckler stuff. Are there any ones
I haven't seen all of them. No, my Steckler watchings have been fairly small. I think I've only seen like 4 movies, and that's mostly down to my usual thing of, man, these all look like shit. Not the filmmaking, but like the prints. Like, oh great, someone recorded this movie on a VHS camera from a TV that was playing another VHS that had come from like an 8mm print. Like, I usually nowadays wait instead of actually watch the shitty versions, because I know that someone like Severin or Vinegar Syndrome is going to put out some sexy edition. So it's like, why waste, an hour and a half or whatever when I could just.
That's the thing too. Like, there's so much stuff that I got that I want to buy. That I know a lot of people go the try before you buy route. I'm a blind buyer. That's just me. So if there's something coming out there, but the problem is, here's the biggest problem, Michael. I'm old as dirt, right?
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of this stuff. Like, I was on a stream of it last week, Master Chaos, and people are like, "How did you see these movies?" I'm like, I'm just old enough to watch these movies, and I had like a limited life. I went to college, I watched movies, and I drank, and that was that was Aaron's life. So I watched a lot of this crappy stuff. Especially I watched the first one here, Wild Guitar. Arch Hall Jr. Anything Arch Hall Jr. man. There's just something about that dude. His dad wanted to make him next Elvis, and holy crap, I'm so down for that. And the next thing, the special feature here that I'm really excited about, I'd love to see this get like a set, because I used to watch this back in the day, is the Incredibly Strange Film Show.
So, yeah. I was thinking about that when I was listening to their podcast. I was like, man, how fucking sick would a collection of every episode of Incredibly Strange Film Show be?
2 seasons it ran. That was so cool, man.
But yeah, I mean, this already starting off strong. Obviously, I always prefer. Actually, didn't they say that like a lot of this was getting commentary because they had like all those fans coming out of the woodwork?
Yeah, I'm not there. We got like, what's it, two commentaries on the next one, and of course this is the one that most people saw, is Incredibly Strange Creatures.
I guess there's not as many wild guitar stands out there as Incredibly Strange Creatures or Thrill Killers or anything like that.
They could have gotten me. I'm in Hard Shell Jr.
They should have gotten Aaron. What the fuck?
Yeah, Kentucky. Yeah, and Guy and all this, and all those other films.
Fucking guys.
We got Joe Bob Briggs here doing an introduction for this one and a commentary. So hell yeah. We got Thrill Killers, which is another one. This one I have seen. I'm trying to get to the ones I haven't seen. Rat Finka Boo Boo, Lemon Grove.
Sweet Boo Boo.
That one took time to get used to. Like,
so good.
It's an unusual film.
I love how Ray Dennis Steckler was just like he's making this kind of serious crime thriller type movie with these kind of horror elements, and then one day he's just like, you know, what if we had some fucking superheroes in this thing? What if this was like Batman?
Yeah, that's what I think. He was high and watching Batman. He's like, let's do this.
Like, that's such a beautiful mind. Like, I that's one of those things that I'm scared of, that like I'll be in the middle of shooting like Dr. Deathface and I'll just be like, but what if some Power Rangers came out of that puss? What if we just made this a Power Rangers movie? What if we just did that?
80% of my live streams, man, like early on, especially, like, here's my topic. Fuck that. I'm going to do something else. I just roll with it.
But yeah, Rat Finka, and also just like like I know the feel of something bad happens, but you can't afford to fix it, so you just roll with it. And with the title for Rat Finka Boo Boo, which for those that somehow don't know this trivia yet, was supposed to be Rat Fink and Boo Boo, but the title creators supposedly fucked up and didn't write the A correctly, and so it just became Rat Finka Boo Boo. And who has the money to replace that? The movie's Rat Finka Boo Boo now. And Steckler still continued throughout his life to call it Rat Fink and Boo Boo, despite the fact that it is titled everywhere. Rat Finka Boo Boo. Such a beautiful
film. The next one I don't know. Maybe you can.
I've never seen Lemon Grove Kids. I've seen clips. I've never stopped to actually watch.
Is this like is this a kids movie for Ray Dennis Steckler? Because that would be different. Like,
yeah. I mean, apparently it is. Yeah. It's his. I mean, Ray, he, followed some trends and some, like Al Adamson doing that piece of shit circus. Yeah, the fucking awful circus movie, or fair, whatever it was. Yeah. I'm willing to bet this is more entertaining, just based on because it seems like there are fans of Lemon Grove Kids, at least 5.
I wish I knew it, because I got a feeling that I'm gonna enjoy this. And are we getting in like maybe softcore? And did you do porn? Body Fever, Cynthia, The Devil's Doll. Because I've seen more of the horror oriented ones, and the Arch Hall Jr. just because I'm like my Jr. We got Blood Shack, the year I was born, 1971.
Oh, Lemon Grove Kids was his riff on the Bowery Boys. Thank you, Flickering Waves. Yeah, that tracks. That's Will Sloan from his podcast with Justin DeClue. He needs to needs to get on this set ASAP. I feel like they did a Rated in a Steckler episode on Important Cinema Club, and can't remember what their actual final diagnosis was there. Carnival Magic. Thank you, Maddie. Yeah, Body Fever. Which ones? Wait, what did Vinegar Syndrome put out? They had a peakorama of, I think, 3 Steckler pornos. I have it.
I probably do too. That's the thing. Actually, I don't. If I got it, it's in Morocco right now. So there you go. All my adult films are in Morocco.
I don't know where it is. Yo,
we got.
I know I bought it.
Skid Row Slasher and the Las Vegas Serial Killer. So I've seen the Hollywood Strangler meets the Skid Row Slasher. I can't remember the Las Vegas Serial Killer.
Oh, do you like Blood Shack?
Blood Shack?
Not big on Blood Shack.
Saw it.
Not big on the Chupa.
I don't remember it.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
That's fair. It's a movie where 2 things happen. People lay down on a very dirty mattress, and also there's a rodeo. That's Blood Shack.
Oh, it could be my next favorite film. That's the thing, right? Because that's the good thing about watching so many movies is after a while I forget them, or they just got kind of like some just kind of meld into one.
I also like
it again. I'm like, I love this.
Yeah, and then Hollywood Strangler. These are actually 2 that I've been wanting to watch for a long time, so I'm really excited. The Hollywood Strangler, it's the Skid Row Slasher, and the Las Vegas Serial Killer. Especially because I like to watch movies and be like, hey, I've been there.
The Mad Love Life of a Hot Vampire, Nazi Brothel. There you go.
Okay, I think these are the 3 that were
4 actually here, man. Love Life of Hitler's Nazis and Count. Okay, whatever. Count Outcome. There you go. The KAG. So it's okay for YouTube. The next one's not though.
I'm really disappointed there's no commentaries for these.
I know. I mean, like you would think, dude, you would totally do a commentary for these.
Oh God, 100%. Severin, Vinegar Syndrome, whoever. Like, if you can't find anybody, like, look, people are gonna scoff at the extras on your disc, but at least they'll scoff at my name. So, like, come on, bring me in.
I almost got on a feature on a Blu-ray once, and I totally messed out because it was my own fault. Because I live here, close to where My Bloody Valentine was made. Actually, the guy that played Harry Warden is coming to town next week. Actually, for the first time since the film was made, and I didn't use Skype enough. It was my issue. So Jamie reached out to me on Skype, and I think at the time they were doing like Valentine, and he said, I know that they did Valentine because I'd reviewed it. He said, I know that you're in the area where it's being made. So why don't contact me and I'll get you in contact with Screen Factory, and maybe you can shoot some footage and do kind of like a on tour type thing of where it was made. But I didn't see it till like 6 months after that release came out.
That's just depressing. That's like next opportunities.
Dr.
Dr. Love.
Sexorcist Devil and Red Heat. What the hell? I have not seen
it. Haven't seen one, but I'm going to watch them all first.
Summer fun.
Because they're like an hour long. Come on, don't be perverts. It's a matter of timing. Come on.
But then I know what you're watching last, Reading Pennsylvania, which is 257 minutes long.
Oh, and isn't that is that one where he was just like documenting shit?
I hope so. Like if it's a documentary, I'm totally down with that. But if it's
like 257 minutes,
dude, I watched the Friday the 13th documentary, the Woodlands Dark documentary, and those at least 7 or 8 times, like if not more. And same with those slasher documentaries that came out, and I'm waiting for the third one to come out now. I love documentaries. That's one of the things I love about Spookies. That's one of the things I love about some of the stuff that the Vince inputted this year. When everybody's crapping on The Fear, which I like, by the way,
I also like The Fear. I just want to put that out there in case
Right
anyone
on.
was coming at me with any of those fucking pitchforks. I like The Fear.
And
Not as much as Aaron. He's a fucking freak for them. But yeah.
the documentary on it was good too. Like that's one of the things that I dig on. Somebody said Alan said Marvelous Merville, Blood Harvest, man, every day. Peter, Marvelous Blood Harvest is one of the most weird films that you can imagine, because here you get this girl, she's like the lead, and how she doesn't get, like, I don't know, brain damage because she's constantly getting chloroformed throughout the movie, like over and over again, and you're like, at some point she should get a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, I was taught as a young child, chloroform me once, shame on me.
But I'm down with this set. Like you, I'm not going to buy the big thing. I would love to get the cash flag mask.
Oh my God, he talks B-movie filmmaking at Las Vegas High School. That's amazing.
That's the 257-minute thing?
No, that's just on the disc. I couldn't find anything about Reading Pennsylvania on a quick Google search. It's not even on IMDb or anything.
It sounds like one of those Oscar type movies.
It sounds like he took a camcorder with him on a trip to Reading, Pennsylvania, and he asked a bunch of people a bunch of stuff, and then also just documented his comings and goings with his family, and then was like, "Hey, this is a movie now." That's what it sounds like.
When he's editing, right?
Yeah, editing is for fascists. You know, they're just taking their scissors and saying what you can and cannot watch. Fascists.
I did journalism. So I did old school editing back in the day, where we basically had literally cut things out and spliced it. And now everything's on computer, and I have to relearn things as I'm going through. And yep, not fun sometimes.
Fuck learning. You know who learns? Fascists.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm a fascist. There you go. You can't buy the cash flag mask on its own. Damn it.
Yeah.
I still think, and I'm not sure if Brad's still here or not. Brad, eye patch. You put it Thriller. We need an eye patch. I'm just saying.
No, they're too high. They're the A24 of putting out smut, and they're not going to do any eye patches. They're all about those, floopadoops. I can't think of words right now because I'm stoned.
Eye patches.
That's the only dumb bullshit that they put out is the floopadoops.
The new, like, the 35 millimeter trailers.
That's rad.
That is
I came close.
I would. Did you get them both?
No. It edged me quite a bit, but I prevailed. I said, "No, sir, I am chaste this evening," and I did not buy either one.
Well, I had a good excuse, and the only excuse really is my better half was on her way to Morocco. So basically, if I spent any money and she got stuck somewhere and needed cash, you might as well just start burying myself, because I'd be dead. Let's be honest here, man. One thing I wanted to look at, and I'm glad you're here for it. The breakdown.
Oh, right, yeah. Wait, I'm going to pull up on mine because I have you on my small monitor, so I'm not looking like this the entire fucking time. Oh wait, I don't. I'll just bring you over here. Fuck it. There we go.
I do want to
much brighter on this. Oh, I need to calibrate that screen. Holy shit! Sorry. Yeah, baby.
So we got 3 titles in July, and I like all 3 of these.
Let's see here. Righting Wrongs. I'm very excited. Shrieking Mutilated. Also excited. 2 Undercover Angels and Kiss Me Monster. That was also not a surprise for me, but I was very happy to see they're so close, because I really enjoy those movies. They are so fun. They're so fun. They're just, I think some people are going to be a little disappointed if they don't look them up first, because I feel like you hear Jess Franco movies and you have titles like that, you probably think more of his porny,
sleazy stuff.
Yeah, you think more like a Shining Sex or even like a Vampiros Lesbos. and there is nudity. There's not much overall.
No,
I think there's nudity, right?
I think so. Not a lot, if I remember correctly.
It's to the point where I don't remember. And I skimmed through these two a lot. But they're the Red Lips duology, basically Jess Franco's take on the spy genre that was popular in the 60s, shot back to back. And like, they're not like amazing peak cinema, but they are, they're sexy, they're fun, they're funny, they've got some quality cinematography, and bunch of babes.
Well, that's the one thing you
Jess
can't
Franco's in both movies as two different characters.
And that's one thing you can't take away from Franco. Nobody can say like they're watching a Franco film and that this is horribly shot, or this is badly done. He's a good cinematographer.
I mean, they can and have, but they're wrong.
Yeah, they're 100% wrong on that. About those. Oh, also went over to Morocco. My two Stephen Thrower Franco books. So I got to go to Morocco soon because I need those.
Oh man, yeah, I couldn't dare part. I take those with me everywhere.
Well, that's why they went over this time, because I wanted to make sure that they were there. Like those are like my Bibles.
Praise be unto Franco.
No,
not that one, the other one that made the movies, not the fascist.
So, I want to make sure I got the right Bigfoot movie. So Shriek the Mutilated I had years ago on an old DVD set that was put out by Retro Media. And the other put out a bunch of like Bigfoot, Yeti films, and a couple of the Demasians. But I don't know how to do this without giving away stuff. But you saw Shriek the Mutilated, right?
I don't know. So that's one where I'm pretty sure I watched it or part of it, but I don't remember.
Because there's a poster. I gotta check something here.
Check your shit. Check your shit. This is Aaron checking his shit. Checking his shit. Oh, my microphone's in the frame. God damn. What am I? A Jess Franco? Come on.
It is the one. Oh, yes. This is a big yes for me. What? I just moved to St. John's at the time. And my daughter was coming to visit. So just got back from Montreal and we picked up the set. So there was me and Hind and Mimi sitting down, like watching. Puts this on randomly. And I hadn't seen it. I don't think I'd seen it before at that point. Or if I did, I don't remember the hell of it. So we turned it on and we're cracking up the entirety of this film. Like seriously, like tears in our eyes by the end of it. And there's a sequence right at the end of the film. Once everybody gets it, I'll be able to talk about it. That randomly to this very freaking day, I'll look over to my better half or Mimi when we're visiting, and I'll say that sentence, and it's near the end of the film, and we just crack up. So it's like it's a running gag with us. So the fact that this is getting a friggin' Blu-ray is super stoked for me.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard nothing but great things about it over the years. So I'm, maybe I'll have my brain will be like, oh yeah, this one. I'm at least excited just by the fact that it is such a notable title.
Get High, but it's a good one. It's good. August, we got Forgotten Gialli Volume 5. There hasn't been a bad Forgotten Gialli yet, but and in my opinion, they got better with each one.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Forgotten Gialli sets. I will say that, I mean, there are I've seen some people say like, oh, they're forgotten for a reason, and there are some where it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not great.
Well, the thing is that if they put on a forgotten one, they put on a trauma or something like that, right? People are like, oh my god, I can't believe that they're putting that there. That's something nobody knows. And then they'll go in the other direction, put an autopsy on there, and people will complain, autopsy's on there. I can't believe that's on there. That's too well known. Like, where do you please them?
You don't please them. They exist to bitch and moan.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to subtweet anyone in the chat right now.
But we got 4K UHD debut of a 70s drive-in horror classic. So possible MGM title maybe. Or
yeah. Wait, the 70s. I don't think I know. Yeah, I don't.
And two others, which could be anything because we don't
Yeah.
say no.
If anybody wants to really look into that two others clue, that'd be dope. It is so hot in this room that my light died.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a second. I'm gonna open up my vent. I keep my vent closed because it keeps my son's room cooler because we have a house from 1943. But man, fuck them kids. Oh.
We got September, which is usually one of the better months for me every year, because I'm always like, when I didn't have a subscription, when I had a subscription last year, like September was a good month, but I'm not sure what month Cardona came in. So, but I think this was one of my favorite months. And same thing with like the year before. It was like I was gearing up to buy the October releases because I always buy the October package for Vinegar Syndrome. I haven't missed one yet. And the last couple of years, the September release has been just as good as October release package. So I'm always like struggling, like, damn it, why? So we got Major 70s Horror on 4K UHD. I'm good with anything on 4K. Like people, I don't get the complaints about 4K. I mean, like I understand, like some people, like may just not their jam yet. I do think that's gonna be kind of where you're gonna see things going in the future. So if you're collecting physical media 4K, probably gonna be a big part of it, especially with a lot of these companies.
I'm going to specifically not comment on the Major 70s horror, but I bet it'll be fun. Two other 80s horror sci-fi. 80. I mean, there's a million options still, I feel like.
And ultra gory, never on blue, hate Hong Kong film. So I'm guessing a Cat 3.
I saw some people suggesting Naked Killer. I don't remember Naked Killer being that gory, though.
I got a DVD Naked Killer, but I'm not sure if
it's violent and it's sexual, but I don't think it's gory.
I bought that movie twice. I bought it when it originally came out for, I think I paid like 35 or so for it, and lost it because so many moves over the years. And around like 2 years ago, I was at a crate digger sale and at a local record shop, and I got it for $1. So been holding on to it, but I would love to get an upgrade on that one. I wasn't big on Ebola Syndrome. It's just not my jam. I love the commentary, though. On
Pussy.
But I can't do it. It's not my thing, man. See, like one thing an epileptic doesn't want to watch seizures for two hours.
Just take it.
Dude, I can do that. I can get in the mirror and I can put on a strobe light, get in the mirror and do that myself. So there you go.
Yeah, I have no idea what it'll be, but it's so tough because like all like the really prominent ones have been taken already. It feels like. Of course, I'm sure that they'll announce it'll be like, oh, duh.
Oh, so for me, I don't know a lot about Cat 3 stuff. This is one place where I'm definitely my knowledge is more limited. So it's gonna be new to me. I got the.
I mean, either way, I don't have enough. I don't even think I have any Hong Kong movies on 4K.
Isn't it? Well, you got a Ebola Syndrome, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that's 4K.
Okay, my thoughts on my own collection, not to be trusted right now. Based on that moment.
What I want to see, though, with Righting Wrongs coming in July, I'm hoping that means we're going to be getting more kind of Hong Kong martial arts films come out from Vincent, because that and maybe Westerns, I think, are the two places. No, there's one other one that I've been lacking right now. And the third one?
Romantic comedies.
Oh, well, you gotta have no. Screw that. Everybody can do that. No, where are my Night Eyes and Body Chemistry films? I'm like this. It is literally it's tailor made for Vinegar Syndrome. Anything with like Andrew Stevens and Shannon Tweed and Julie Strain and like Shannon Worry and all those other Shannons and Tay McClure. You would think that would be like a given, right?
Yeah.
Like there's 4 of the Body Chemistry films. Great. Would you buy that box set? I would totally buy that box set.
I think I would probably buy that box.
You got to.
Oh my! Film illiterates just in the comments. What are the odds Vinegar Syndrome will pick up the North American rights to The Seventh Curse, since 88 Films is releasing it? And that's an interesting one, because 88 Films has released a bunch of wait, they have they've released a few Vinegar Syndrome titles.
Yeah, there's been some crossover there, and Seven as well.
Yeah,
they've done a lot of Seven.
That'd be pretty fudgety rad, yo. Straight up, G. Quality lit, fam.
Trauma. So I got nothing against Trauma. I like Trauma. Just not on my VSAs, man. But I don't know. Billy Blanks or Trauma? Trauma. Just say I'm sorry. my wife loves this stuff. So,
see, I like a nice pair of tits, so I love Billy Blanks.
There you go. Get those type of.
And 88 is doing Rightful Wrongs. That's a good point from illiterates. Oh. Yep. Ooh, yeah, all right. Oh, Seventh Curse. That would be quite the. Yeah.
That I'd like. That I'd take. Okay, this is the one that people complained about that I love, and I don't know why people complain, but still, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in 4K.
People complained. I have not been paying attention to as much as I should.
People are like, "Well, this came out by Scream Factory. That's okay. That's a different edition. That's a different format." Vinegar Syndrome usually puts out like new baller features on these things, as well. And
I will say though, I don't think I haven't had it. Like, I don't know what they're putting on. I wish I did. Wink. Seriously, guys, I don't know if you finished yet, but hire me on something. Come on. I wouldn't. I don't know that they have much they can do. Like, because you think about it, like, think of all the special features you've seen for Texas Chainsaw 2.
Oh my god, I got the Arrow release.
I have the Arrow release, and it's just what the fuck else do you put on it? So I wouldn't.
Commentary, maybe a new commentary.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I mean, but even then, like, who do you get for the commentary for that? I mean, other than the usual staple of like film essayists and stuff, which. Sure, like if you want Kat Ellinger to do a fucking Texas Chainsaw commentary,
oh hell yes,
yes, please. But, like, that's the big thing I can imagine them adding.
Carolyn Williams, Stretch.
Has she not done a commentary?
I don't know. That's why I'm just because
I feel like everybody who would have done a commentary is either has already done it or they're dead.
But no, I would. I'm digging on this 70s Euro horror in 4K. So again, I'm Euro horror fanatic. That's stuff I grew up watching. That's what playing in my theater. We wouldn't get the first run movies, right? We get like the older stuff. So we get like Euro horror, like a lot of Giallos, a lot of the early Jackie Chan stuff we play in our theater, and rather than like the first run stuff. And like every like month or two, we'd get like a first run film like E.T. or like Rick Springfield and Hard to Hold or Conan the Barbarian. But most of the time we're getting things like, Tenebrae or Deep Red or Drunken Master, stuff like that. That's stuff I grew up on. And because we had I lived in a small town. We had like a small theater where it's 30 minutes away. And on the weekends, that's where I'd spend my time because that's where my girlfriend lived. And we'd go to the theater and we'd come in afterwards and they give posters when you're walking out, because they had a bunch of posters. So I used to have a ton of like movie posters when I was a kid.
Back when trees still existed.
Exactly. Euro horror, beloved 80s Euro horror, like again, and one more 4K UHD. I think that October is going to be a great month, as always.
Yeah, I'm pretty gunked up for October.
I'm going to say, and I'm going to be bluntly honest there, this for me was better than last year.
Fuck, what was last year?
No, like overall, as in like the second half. But then again, last year was a weird year for like a lot of companies. When like, okay,
I don't understand why would last year be any different from any other year?
Do you remember
what happened? Did something happen?
It was like, I don't know. It's almost like we were locked inside and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm this October slate. I mean, Texas Chainsaw 2, 70s Euro horror 4K, beloved 80s Euro horror, another 4K debut. Like they're really like when they started doing 4Ks, they fucking just pedal to the metal, man.
It's like I feel like a company like usually when they drag their foot on it, but the second that they start doing 4K releases, you'll see companies go all in. As soon as Blue Underground, as soon as Lustig decided he's going to do 4K, man, he was like, "I'm doing everything 4K." And the Vinegar Syndrome, like they're a restoration company. That's pretty much how they started, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So like they do really good restorations. So I can't imagine the guys that do the work over there with with the ability to and the equipment to do 4K. That's their jam.
Yeah, I need to find my way over to Connecticut sometime, but I've heard details about like everything that they go through for these restorations compared to like other companies, and it's oh boy, yeah, they do not fuck around, except for on Flesh and for Frankenstein. There they fucked around a bit too much, but it's amazing stuff. But I mean, if there's one place I expect every 4K to be pretty fucking sick, Vinegar Syndrome and Blue Underground. Let's be honest, Blue Underground. I mean, they kind of have to be great.
Well, that's what that's what you do, man. That's their thing. That's that pretty much right now the whole concept of Blue Underground is like let's remake everything that we did before. Well, let's do it in 4K.
These fucking nerds will buy it again. They bought it 3 times already.
Well,
buy it a 4th.
I bought the big $50 lenticular cover edition, eye entry cover, of course, because it's me, of Zombie. And they said, "Oh, we're putting Zombie in 4K." I'm like, "Okay, I'm buying Zombie again." so that happened. New York Ripper. There's like, "Oh, I got the limited, lenticular cover." That was sent to me actually by a viewer, yeah, because they know that New York Ripper, as sleazy as it is, that's one of my favorite movies.
Hell yeah, you're a freak dog, man. You a freak.
It's classy. It's classy films, but yeah, but yeah. As soon as 4K came, I need it. We got one more month here. Homegrown Horror Volume 2. I still don't have the first box set, which is shameful. Moonstone.
I'm so excited. So excited.
Slashers 2. Plus 4 exploitation.
Like that's just, I mean, the Homegrown Horror set's one of my favorite sets they put out. So I'm pretty pumped. I think a big part of it is just like all the weird little special features, and you're like being able to really delve into the background and minutia of these, like basically one step removed from home movies is so good. And there's so much like just weird bullshit that happens in them. And this one's slasher themed, which heck, sure, yeah, cool, awesome. I'll take it. Give it to me. Put it in my body.
Slasher's my thing. So anything slasher. I'll buy anything slasher. I was asked the other night what a deep cut slasher that never came out was that I would like to see on Blu-ray or 4K. And I was trying to think because one of those random questions was thrown at me. And like when I'm like, almost so much is out now that it just like on the top of my head I couldn't think. Though finally, I thought of a movie. I think Artisan put it out called The Pool. Do you remember that one?
I remember the cover. I never saw it.
It was pretty good. It was decent. Like definitely. If you dig, what was the one that Vincent put out with Brad Pitt? God, Class, right? So yeah, like I wouldn't say it's not the same type of movie, but it's around the same level. I'd say Pool's a little bit more atmospheric, just because it was it might have been a foreign film actually, but it was well done.
There's not big on foreigners, but you know what? I'll take your word on it.
So that's it. Like I was asked again, another question, like, where do you want your movies from? Anywhere but North America, because I like the Italian stuff. Like I like the Spanish stuff. I dig the hell out of the Asian. cinema. I like North American films, but I just find that they take more chances. Well, at least in the mainstream portion of it, on other places. Now, when you get stuff like Ray Dan Steckler and the kind of the art house stuff or the grindhouse stuff, then I'm down with that type of stuff. That's 1,000,000%. But when I was younger and I was looking for movies at my local video store, I would always look to say, okay, is this Italian? Because if it is, I'm going to buy it over the one that wasn't. So that's how I got to like Giallos so much. And that, and I went to my local shop once, wanted to rent like a vampire film, and I grabbed Dracula Sucks, right? Because it wasn't in the porn section, and again, nothing on the back cover. So they rented it to me. I'm like, was it 12 maybe? Go home, start watching. I'm like, okay, I got a new favorite Dracula film.
That's a sweet story.
Youth stories of my youth.
The good old days, back when color didn't exist. Dracula Sucks is such a fun movie. A fun movie.
Jamie Gillis, legit. Like I think Jamie Gillis, for like the actors that are in those films, is legit good. Like
Dracula Sucks. Fuck.
When what was it? 52 Pickup. Jamie Gillis got like a kind of a cameo role in 52 Pickup with Rush.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, a lot of people want Prom Night.
Good actor.
Me too. Prom Night 2, 3, and 4. Well, 2 has gotten like okay release. 3 and 4, I don't think 3 and 4 is even. I know 3 for sure has never even gotten like a really good aspect ratio, like the correct aspect ratio for it. Because almost every copy of like Prom Night 3 I've ever bought is full screen. And I got the Canadian edition, like the Prom Night collector's edition, like all 4 films. But I would kill for Prom Night 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, that's one of those sets that one day a studio is going to figure out all that bullshit and put them out. And finally, we can put to bed the Where's the Prom Night 2 blue.
Yes, please.
Yeah, just nip it in the bud. Let's just get that shit out there, man. Come on. Which
Lionsgate. Lionsgate's the reason. Like it's a Lionsgate title.
Fucking Lionsgate.
You blame Canada, just like they say. Justin Robbins said that we should get a commentary from Bill Moseley in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, but it's Chop Top.
Okay, yeah, that would do it. You could just put that could be the actual cover for the movie. They don't even need to commission any artwork. It's just like white in black font. Bill Moseley does a commentary in his Chop Top character voice, and that's it. It's sold out within 30 seconds of the website opening.
I just want maybe a slip cover with Carolyn Williams' legs on it, and I'm good. That's hell yeah, man. That's what I'm a simple man. That's what sells me. Howling sequels are ready to be released on Blue. I agree. Even the crappy one.
Yeah, let's do it. That's another. I mean, Prom Night. It's an actual like several strong films. But the Howling. Like, I remember seeing Sci-Fi used to play. Whichever one is in the like Midwestern town.
Oh, New Moon Rising. That's the worst one.
Yeah, with all the fucking country music.
Yeah,
I remember watching that because I was like, oh, a Howling movie. Oh gosh, what is there lore that I need to know? And I'm watching it, and I'm just like, where's the fucking werewolf? That's not a werewolf. That's a man with a beard dancing a little jig on stage while he plays a guitar. And it just kept going and then there's the fucking red wolf vision. And I think they spliced in clips from like 4 or 5, maybe.
I think it was a low point. Like, and they put out a Twilight like themed Howling.
Apparently, so that's one that I actually haven't seen yet, but I
Mean?
saw a bunch of reviews where they're like, actually, this isn't bad. This is like the best Howling movie in however many. Like, I guess it was more marketed as Twilight than it was actually. I don't remember, but
Yeah, like it's I got it actually. Anchor Bay put it out, but back in the day. But it's I don't know. I didn't mind. It wasn't bad. Like, but to say it's the best Howling in a while, it's a low bar. Like at that point, after New Moon Rising comes out, that's a pretty low bar.
yeah,
But that being said, like I liked part 6. I like Freaks with Bruce Payne, and I like part 5, which a lot of people hate. But
is
it's
that the one where she's
mystery
in the
one,
house in the woods?
where they're in the kind of like the Romanian castle type thing, and like
The mystery one.
yeah, they lost the or something was stolen. The werewolf, like it was stolen, so they owned like an arm or something like that. So we'd see the like werewolf arm coming from like the window and stuff. So it was kind of it was for me it's like a throwback to, remember that when The Beast Must Die, that Amicus put out.
Yeah,
So great double feature actually, Howling 5 and The Beast Must Die.
that sounds like a recipe for a nap to me, but sure, yeah.
Witchcraft. Jeez, there's so many of those, man.
You know what they say, the early Witchcraft movies deserve to be released. I say if you don't give me a full box set of every entry in that not series, nay, saga, then what's the point? Give me all 20, whatever.
Have you seen the last few? Just
so one of my dreams in life that I don't think will ever happen is I want to direct a Witchcraft sequel.
I want to see that, man.
Like I don't even know what it would be, but I would just, if the producers of Witchcraft came to me and they were like, "Hey, Michael, we can pay you, I assume $20. That sounds right? We'll give you the $20 if you make a Witchcraft for us." And I'll be like, "All right, fuck yeah, let's do it, brah," because that sounds amazing. Like to direct the 37th sequel in a series called Witchcraft, hell yeah, man. Sock it to me.
I think it's a YouTuber that actually did the last one or two.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I'm pretty sure I know like there's a YouTuber in one of the last ones, and it's like a guy that does like a lot of hunting videos. I can't remember his name right now. I apologize, but I think he might have directed or had something to do with at least the last one or the last two of them.
And they look like YouTube videos. So
David Sterling may be listening. There you go. Get yourself like in directing a David Sterling film. You make the next Camp Blood.
I mean, you know what? Also would do that. That's just like I did watch the first 2 Camp Bloods finally. And I'm still a little incredulous of the box set, but you know what? Not the least fun.
Now there's like, I've watched worse films out there. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah. And I love that. One thing I do like or appreciate, I haven't finished watching them, but this is my understanding. I like that even if they fuck it up all the time, I love that they keep a lore. Like there's a mythology to this series. That there's recurring characters and the story just continues on. Like that's great. Like more of that bullshit.
Oh, well, hell yeah. If David Sterling's watching this, send me those box sets. I'll review the hell out of those things. I'll make a series out of it.
Pay me like $2,000, I'll make you a movie.
But no, I'd love to see Camp Blood. What was the other one the series came out? The one with Tiffany Shepard in it. That I used to get confused with Camp Blood. Not the Scarecrow ones, which I would like to see those too, actually. There's a couple Scarecrow movies that came out back in the straight to DVD back in the 90s that or 2000s, the outs might have been, that I kind of dug on. Well, because Tiffany Shepard's in. I'll watch any friggin' thing Tiffany Shepard's in.
Yeah, because you're a dirty dog.
Man, I just think she's cool. Like, yeah, gorgeous, but like I'm surprised like she hasn't done more. Like, especially after watching Nightmare Man. Like,
there is that weird thing where you have these actresses who, like, if you put them in a mainstream project, would do very well, and then it's like, oh well, they're C-list horror actresses, I guess. So no, we're not gonna and maybe it's just they aren't good at, maybe they don't have good agents or something, but I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot, even like people who were in larger things. Like I feel like Barbara Crampton got pigeonholed a lot. And Barbara Crampton counts as mainstream, right?
Oh hell yeah! Like she's done, like she was a soap opera star too.
Yeah.
Like we went into filmmaking. I was going to go into acting. That was going to be my thing. And when I was going to do it, I was like, I have no interest in acting in any films at all. I'll do stage because I like stage because I'm a super snob. And I'll do soap operas because it is something different every freaking day and I can build on it. And that concept like intrigued the hell out of me. And yeah, she was on too. She did Days of Our Lives, and she was really cool on that. And then she did one that I didn't watch very much, Young the Restless, but I think my nan used to watch it. Rest in peace. But yeah, she would watch it every day. So I'd see like 5 or 10 minutes of it when I was like coming home from like lunch. Good old Victor Newman. That's all I know, man. I'm sorry, it's the one soap opera I can't tell you anything about. But I know she was on. And that was pretty mainstream. But I was expected her to do a bit more when it came to that.
Yeah.
She's making some stuff now, like some good horror stuff. Jacob's Wife is out there and stuff like that. But
yeah, it just seems like it's so much talent there. And, it wasn't wasted by any means, because of course we got a bunch of, classic movies. But like I would have expected, a few big Hollywood, A-list productions in there. And but the same, like Tiffany Shepard is another one where it's like, shouldn't she be like much bigger?
yeah.
Like, aren't there at least like fucking nerdlings who grow up watching, or not grow up necessarily, but watch her movies and then become themselves big in the industry? Like, come on, like cast them. Like there's a few of those where it's like some of them I get, like there's some who just like they pay bills by pumping out shit, like Lance Henriksen. I feel like he shows up every so often in a big production, but usually he's just like in these little straight to video movies, and just so weird. But it's also cool
in Trauma, and like so did James Gunn. So James Gunn, you have no excuse, man. Where the hell is Tiffany Shepard in your films?
Yeah.
Where's Tiffany Shepard?
Why the fuck is it Tiffany Shepard in a fucking Guardians of the Galaxy movie? Come on, what the fuck? You got Lloyd's ugly mug in there. Good fucking lord. Jesus.
That always surprised me. I think Barbara Crampton has her own like production company now. That's she did, because I'm pretty sure it was her.
Oh yeah, she's a Banff. She's just fucking doing it.
I want to see more of that. I want to see more of that old school stuff. I'm always taking chances on horror films, and I always cringe a bit. I'll be honest, when I'm watching one and there's that like CGI computer generated, like really like blood on the screen just pops up on the screen, and it literally looks like somebody like animated it, like one of those like really bad like cartoons type thing, and it takes me so out of it. Like I understand, like, okay, but is it really that hard to to get some Caro syrup? And like you would know. Like, come on.
I mean, it's annoying, but I mean,
it's a better effect though.
It's a better, like, yeah. I mean, I've messed up some carpets in my time, and it was always worth it. So, but yeah. Did we finish?
We finished on that one there. Like for me, I think the second half is definitely like pretty much a baller of a second half. I'm very impressed. I wish this was not the year I was going. I would have got this. This would have sold me. So I was not surprised when I saw a bunch of people getting this. I know there are a couple of people like, oh, we're gonna have double over and stuff like that. And I understand that. Like if people got their collections and they don't not in 4K and don't want to do the double over thing, I completely get it. Then then go in, like get the stuff that you want, and that's that's it. But if you're buying like 80 to 90% of what Vinegar Syndrome puts it anyway, and a lot of people that are watching this channel right now, that's what they're doing. I know that for years I was buying like a large percentage what Vinegar Syndrome put out, and last year I was like, what that? Why am I spending 3 times the amount of money that I could be spending? if I just save up some money and just get a subscription thing.
I just love spending money. It's the only way I can get hard.
That's it. Whenever I'm depressed, I spend money. So I spend money a lot. That's bad.
Anytime I get to like, maybe I shouldn't be alive anymore. Ching, buy some Blu-rays. Makes it all better.
When I realize I'm still in Nova Scotia, no. It's not a bad place. It's just I'm not used to small places anymore, man. This is like I'm stir crazy.
He's a big city boy, that Aaron. Big city boy, big city man.
I don't do the small towns anymore. I grew up in a small town, right? But yeah.
I've literally never lived somewhere that wasn't a tourist destination, so I have no idea what it's even like to live in a small town.
It is well, I grew up in a small, like literally a fishing village called Cowhead, by the way, Tete de Vache. And what we did there, we drank because we were teenagers. We got in fights every weekend because that was the thing you did. And if you're really bored, then you and your friends were like just getting fights for fun. And you played, like me, I played, soccer, football, North American football. And that was pretty much it. And dated. So I dated and I drank and I came home with lots of bruises.
Aaron laid pipe and took pipe. You feel? That doesn't actually.
That's wrong, man.
Like got hit with pipes. I'm saying, because he got into fisticuffs and you hit you with pipes when you're in the fisticuffs.
I had a friend and we'll go to like out of town, and for that out of town girlfriend, no, I had a friend like basically who didn't like to fight, and I'm like, look at me, I'm like a scrawny little dude. Like I was even scrawnier when I was younger. So
wiry, you're wiry.
I wish I could say wiry. I was a scarecrow, man. But yeah, so I had friends that didn't like to fight. I had one friend that loved it. You could like live on it, man. But I had one friend, like we would go out and attractive dude, girls liked them. But here's the thing. We go to other towns and guys did not like the fact that girls liked them. And they always wanted to mess them up. And so who had to get in between that? This little pipsqueak of a kid. That's sad. But yes, I did. My friend was not a fighter, and if he did at the time, you would get in trouble. So yeah, I would head it off at the pass, and I went home so many times. Like you never go on like when you've not that you've done something wrong, but say you're drunk or you've been in a fight or something like that, and you want to make sure that your parents, your grandparents, whatever, don't know. So you're trying to walk in as normal as possible, but you're not like you're really not pulling it off. Like my grandfather, he knew all the time. When I came home drunk and like I'm like, oh, you changed the furniture type basically deal. He knew when I came home and I was like wincing a bit because I've been in a fight. Like he would just be basically, like go to your room, go rest up, sleep it off or rest up, don't let your grandmother know type thing. So that was my child. I grew up with my grandparents. That was my childhood. Hey there, Master Chaos Man, welcome.
See, I'm a civilized guy. I don't want to get into fights.
God, I wish.
I don't.
I will say this right now, kiddies. If you're watching this, if you're younger and you're watching this, there's nothing romanticized about it. It hurts. It does. Don't do it.
You wind up pooping yourself half the time.
Be a lover, not a fighter. Be a lover.
Yeah, be a lover. Leave that fighting life behind. Be a lover.
Report from a few trusted sources. Village of the Rock Aliens is an ass. There you go, Master Chaos. I told you on the channel this was one to watch for. Have you seen Village of the Rock Aliens, Michael?
I haven't. I talked about this on my stream. It's one of those that I've known about for a long time, and it's just never been like in a copy or whatever that I thought about watching. And then when I saw it as one of the films, I was ecstatic because it sounds like everything I love in cinema. Well, they probably know like dicks getting cut off. But otherwise, everything I love in cinema.
When I heard the title, I was like, "What the hell is this?" I did not remember it at all. And then I watched the trailer, and I was immediately in love. One, it's got Pizzadora, and I'm sorry, you got to have some Pizzadora in your collection and in your life because she's Pizzadora. Damn it, show some respect. And young Craig Schaefer too. I'm a big Craig Schaefer fan. I grew up with God. There's a movie I used to watch all the time because I had the book, I had the S.E. Clinton book that was in This Is Now. And the movie is not as good, but he was in the movie, and that was when, along with Rumblefish and Outsiders, just watch all the time.
Master Chaos hates cinema.
That's it. He gets that rap, right? Like poor Master Chaos, because he's honest. He'll say like, "Okay, I like this," or "I don't like this," and people come back and they'll be like, "You hate it all," and it's like, "No, I don't. I say stuff that I like too." But
it's like big old meanie puss.
Yeah. If I say that I say I like something, and if I say people come and say, "Oh, you like everything," no, I don't. But here's the thing for me: 9 times out of 10, if I don't like a movie, I'm probably not going to review it because I'm not a comedy channel. I don't have anything to add to in most cases, unless it's a film that was given me or I got to films that I don't like. So if Mill Creek, for instance, sends me like a copy and say choose movies, and I choose the ones that I'm gonna want to watch. I'm not gonna choose like if I was like I don't know a Brandon Tennant who's really good at or Film by Flicks, really great at like doing like the comedy videos, then yes, I would pick. Oh, let me pick the crappiest film I possibly can. But the weird part for me is that I just happen to like some of the crappiest films out there, and like Jim, I like Jess Franco, and I think like there's like serious critical merit. And Bahia Blanca, still, I swear by that one. Like, if you want to see a Jess Franco film that's really fucking good, and say, okay, no, this is well done, Bahia Blanca is definitely solidly one of those films that I think it just works for me anyway. And I just like I grew up in the '80s, and it was a time when every damn thing was coming out on VHS, and the key part was if you had a VHS store, action movies and horror movies sold the best. That was your best sellers, and along with your porn, behind the curtain type thing. But action movies and horror movies, if you get as many of those as possible, that would always rent the best. It would always rent out. Grave Secrets, put up by Vinegar Syndrome, right? So that was the poster was up in like at least 2 of the video stores that I used to frequent, and it was always rented. I can never get it. It wasn't until Vinegar Syndrome actually put that damn thing out and I bought it that I was actually able to get the film, that I had not been able to see it. So apparently somebody liked that film because they kept renting it, or they rented it and never gave it back. That's also the other possibility.
Had to pan Apocalypse Now. Jesus, sounds like a war crime. I lost track of what I was going to say.
That's me rambling on, man.
No, it's like listening to like a fucking weird uncle. It's great. You ramble on, sir. It is music to my ears, the nostalgia raining down upon me like so much frothy jism.
Tell me, Chevy Grave Secrets is good. It's one of your sales picks. Honestly, man, I think it might be Morocco. So I still haven't got to see Grave Secrets yet. Did you watch Michael?
Grave Secrets? No. I'm waiting.
Got it. I just don't have it here. I wish I did, because it would make for a good review video. Because right now just trying to find like the right movies that I still got in the house that I want to review and want to do reviews on. Has not been the easiest when everything's packed up, and especially when all my good stuff is gone. It's gone away. You didn't buy much. Like I watched part of your video. You didn't buy a lot for the sale, did you?
No. I just don't have enough money.
Well, you're making a film. That kind of takes money, man.
Like I kind of made a decision to just kind of back off from buying as much as possible. just because, yeah, I felt like one of my biggest problems is, I never have enough money to make movies. And then I was like, oh, fuck. Because I spend thousands of fucking dollars on Blu-rays of other movies.
How's the movie going, by the way?
Well, we haven't started shooting properly yet. We're starting this weekend, hopefully. I'm constantly having problems. It's all stuff that just happens. Like, I scheduled an entire day of shooting in June, and then one of the guys like, well, it's Father's Day. I was like, motherfucker, god damn it. And of course, people got to go have kids, like fucking assholes. But we did some camera tests, and they came out pretty Gucci, pretty damn Gucci. Audio tests also Gucci, and we're gonna have a big vagina bed. It's gonna be the best. It's gonna be so good. But right now, it's just gearing up.
Is that your favorite part? Like, I know some people like the prep work. That's before the films start. That's their favorite part of it. And so by the time that the film, like that they're filming the film, they're like worked everything in their head, did the and then it's just okay. Let's get. I've got the part that I enjoy doing, the creative part portion. I just want to get the film in the can now. Now other people are exactly opposite, where they're
I do like camera tests. That's fun, but there's all the organization and like figuring out people's schedules and sourcing things. Like, I just it's so tiring, and I just want to be doing the thing.
Jaleel Murray Murcha. Why so much Jaleel Murray? Like, I'm guessing, maybe a big acquisition of films were done at the same time for a fairly decent price. So they got like we can put these action films.
I mean, they're probably pretty cheap, but I mean, they're fun. They're they're not amazing. This oh shoot, I forgot the name, but the one coming in this bunch, that's the virtual reality thing.
Expect No Mercy.
That looks amazing. I am pumped as fuck about that. Like, that sounds like my cup of tea right there.
See, the one that like didn't get me, I guess, was TC 2000, where I was like, not quite sure. Like that, even that I'll still buy over Team America. Like, I just wasn't really my bag. But again, at the end of the day, if I saw it, I'd probably end up buying it, because
I just like looking at Billy Blank's luscious titties. Oh my god. Just want to take one in my mouth and suckle like a newborn calf.
And that's why I want more Cynthia Rothrock films. Though she only made one movie with nudity, right?
Step on me, Cynthia. Kick me.
And she looks amazing to this day. My God. If there was ever like a thing like exercise works. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the other side of it, God that doesn't exercise enough. There you go. Exercise, kids, or else. This is a story. This is a
exercise, or else you'll turn into one of us.
And you don't want to do that. Watch spend way too much money on movies and comic books. So that's my life.
I've made so many mistakes.
Damn it. 7 titles, and I got 2 pre-orders. Hey there, AJ. Welcome, man. I'm trying to think what else came out this week.
I don't fucking know.
I'd say that's the thing. Like, I'm of that. Like, there are some people out there, and like, bless them, who are unboxing something every week, or they're going out to like a store and they're picking up half a dozen or a dozen titles, and that's fantastic. I cannot imagine that, though, to be honest with you, because that's like that's my that's like and this was going to be bread, but here's a movie. So no, the realism factor of it means like no, I guess I'm going to have to be creative again this week, because I want to have more savage.
Let's see here. Yeah, not really anything too big. Red Dawn's on 4K. Whoop-de-doo.
The original or the new one?
The original.
That's
shout.
They put Yeah, they're doing a lot of they're going the Blue Underground route, a lot of stuff on 4K and a lot of steelbooks, like diving into the Zavvi aspect of things.
Oh,
Well, you're
here's
a steelbook person, right? Like, but I got some friends that swear by them. All the buy steelbooks, but not.
finally getting a 4K of Gamer, which I don't know about anybody else, but I fucking love Gamer. I'm one of like 5 people.
Who was in that one? Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler,
Okay,
king
yeah,
of
I did see it.
not being in hit movies.
Well, if you could just stay away from the rom-coms, it'd be okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, Child's Play releases 4K again, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show. It's if you haven't seen it, that fantastic. But yeah, like Cloak and Dagger, man, you're gonna have a blast with that. That's a really fun film. I saw that when I was a kid, so I'm hoping that it still has that type of nostalgic feels that it had in my childhood. You're gonna see a very different freaking like William Forsythe in Cloak and Dagger. Tell you that much right now, from what you're used to. William Forsythe was used to being like the bad guy in movies. Very different. Hey, Jamie, welcome, man.
Oh my god.
We got a chat later on this week, actually, when you got time.
Got such a crew going here. You know, these celebrities popping in and shit.
Well, that's it. The celebrity, you're bringing in the celebrities, man. There you go.
It's a cult or legitimate. No one ever fuck off. You have an actual cult of cinema here.
That's kind of the name.
I have heard that I look like Michael C. Hall. I actually, I had
You
friends
do,
that
actually.
called me Dexter because of the fact I'm a serial killer. So that brings back some tearful memories. But yeah, I've heard that. There's a lot of directors. Yeah, oh my god, there's a lot of there's a lot of directors attached to this video right now, and there's a very steep decline in success between them.
I want to direct. I would love to direct something, but
Like
for me, it would be. I think I would be a documentarian. Either that or total exploitation. Total exploitation.
I
And
just
I
make
told
art.
I'm going to Morocco, and one of the beautiful things about Morocco, oh my god, this is a great place to shoot. Like, there's a reason someone moves to shot Morocco.
Do you have a guest bedroom in Morocco?
Dude, I'm starting a bed and breakfast. Like, I got to get a freaking house in Morocco. So,
does that bed and
Have you been to
breakfast
Morocco?
come with a friend discount?
You can definitely go to Morocco, man.
I want to go do one of those Jess Franco specials where you just pop by, make a movie, and leave.
There's some great places. There's
Just need some bitches who will show some bush.
Go to Essaouira. Essaouira. I'll bring in Essaouira. Come out. I'll bring in Essaouira. That's where a lot of stuff gets shot, and that they've got an Orson Welles statue there. Not very well taken care of right now. I'll tell you that much right now. But that's where he shot Othello at, and a lot of like. I've seen him direct some insane. Well, they would be insane exploitation. That's
Dude,
the thing.
you need to do it. Fucking do it.
Genre would I make? Oh, God. See, I grew up on slashers, but it's to the point right now where I feel like so much has already been done. Like, I almost was involved in in a different type of film, an adult film. I almost wrote one back in the day, and I got the chance to do it, but my kids were young, and I'm like, nope. To be honest, I just finished like writing for a company. I wrote like 5 films in a row, and only one of them got produced. But I got paid for all of them, so I didn't care. But yeah, I was burnt. I was burnt out, and I came back to Newfoundland. And first thing I said, "You write film stuff, don't you?" I said, "Well, not really great films, but yes." And I'll be honest. And then they're like, "Well, how about an adult film?" And I thought about it for like around 3 or 4 days. I actually formulated a plan. I had an idea. I had this kind of story for it. And yeah, because I wanted to have an actual story. But I didn't go up and do it. But if I was literally going to make a film, I do have a couple ideas. And one is like very much steeped in Newfoundland, as in like that, or that era, that kind of like feel. And there's another one that just has this almost sociopathic, kind of psychopathic tendency to it. That it was because I write a lot of stories. I used to write a lot of stuff, and I don't know why my mind works the way that it works when I'm writing, but I never write anything super happy. So like just oh god, this is gonna get me demonetized. But
I've done that for you already. It's okay.
I wrote a story about and do not be offended, guys. About a girl that is in the throes, I guess, with her partner. That she meets up with a guy on a hookup site, and they're in the middle, and he dies, and like a large portion of it is her deciding that this has been a long time for her. She's not going to stop, and that starts kind of a kink with her. So then she searches out people that she can. Yeah. So there you go, guys. That's the type of shit that I write. And like,
do it.
You would not see that. See, you look at me and say, "Oh, it must be flowers and stuff." But yeah, no.
You gotta make that necromantic comedy of yours, man.
It was interesting. My better half was like a little bit disturbed by it, but there you go. Sketch for the Blu-ray label to release 3 of the Shadow film video slashers made back. Oh, that'd be awesome. There's the 2 labels who want to put movies out. I mean, go for it. I mean, get it out there, because at the end of the day, like the early stuff, man, that's what you learn from. That's the stuff that you want to say. I remember Jamie did this, like, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this. Oh God! And I apologize for not remembering the name of it now, but the one where the girl is getting the call, and it's from like from this graveyard. It was so freaking well done. That I was like, yeah, I'd like, pimp this out into an actual like feature length film, because like Jamie know what I'm talking about. Obviously, he made the film, but but it was one that like just stuck with me, and I was like, oh, that creeped me out. Like it was it was gonna be well shot, but this was an early thing. Release forms from the people who appeared in the films. Well, are they still around? Do you have to go around and basically find out if they're still around, or just have some accidents happen? Just, but that's the that, and like when you make early stuff, I don't know about anybody else, but when I used to like shoot little things when I was a kid, I used music sometimes that was kind of popular, because it wasn't like, oh yeah, I got a band here, I'm making my own music. No, I would just put in like regular tracks, and obviously you can't do that because what's the worst thing like for movies when you want to put something into a TV show? The music rights. Like for a YouTuber, you can put all the freaking clips you want out on YouTube. The second they start playing the song, bam, here's a strike. I had it at me twice. I did 2 Vinegar Syndrome trailers, and this was on my private Patreon channel too. Copyright strikes both times.
By the way, the question, why would you make movies if you don't want anybody to see them? In addition to the legal stuff that is Jamie's actual reason, at the time that you make those movies, usually you do want them to be seen by people, but then time goes by and you realize, actually, wait a minute, that's a bad idea. I don't want anybody seeing this. I have that. Like I get that.
Yeah, rescore. Well, that's the thing though. You can rescore. Like I have 0 musical talent. Like and it kills my father is a musician. Like he can play anything. If he hears a song, he can automatically play it. My mom can sing. My sisters can sing. None of it. No musical talent. Can't play any instrument. Can't sing to save my life. Can't carry a tune. Snapping my fingers is an issue. So
I get that. When people are like clapping along to something in an audience or whatever, I can't keep the rhythm. I'm that awkward guy who's in between every clap.
That's me. That's 100% me.
Yeah, well, Jamie, I really hope that like that can get all figured out, because that sounds fucking rad as hell.
I would love to see it. Like, I love the early stuff. I love seeing the, like, how many of those? Oh God, those. Do you remember the Wimleys? Did you get the Wimley thing?
The what?
The guy that made like made these movies in his backyard with his family, like ninja movies.
Sorry, what's his name?
Wim Lee, I think his name is. It might have been Ag for some put him out.
Yeah, yeah, the black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were fun. That was fun as hell. Like I dig that stuff.
I didn't finish the first one.
Really?
I will eventually. It's one of those where I wasn't really feeling it, and there's a certain point where if I'm just not feeling a movie, I'm not gonna. I'll watch this when it feels more appropriate. I just never got back to it.
I look like Matt Frewer. So there you go. Yeah, I got that a lot when I was younger, especially. Do you know who Matt Frewer is? Did you ever see? Hey, did you ever watch those that show with that guy that that was kind of like a robot? And I'm like, you're talking about Max Headroom, aren't you? You're talking Max Headroom. Because I'm skinny, I'm Canadian, and I have thinning hair. So
that's true. All Canadians do look the same.
That's it. I get that all the time. Canadianism, man. That's what I got to survive with. No, Matt Frewer and whoever that dude was from Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman film. That's the other one. Like nobody says like, oh, you look like some really good.
You look like Chris Pine. What?
No, yeah, damn straight, right, Chris Pine. No, but the bad guy in the first Wonder Woman film.
David Thewlis.
Is that the one? Like the one? Yeah, before he, he's the old guy and he becomes not old, I guess, but. He's
a nerd bitch boy, and then he turns into Ares. Yeah, David Thewlis.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, I didn't hear that right, man. Yeah, I get that all the time. I'm like, oh, you look like David Thewlis. You look like Matt Frewer. I guess I'm their love child. There you go. What I look like is if Tintin and Captain Haddock got together and had a baby. That's what I look like.
Oh man,
I'm realistic, man.
Oh man, Jimmy, you're getting me all built up, Like
you have to do this now, Jamie. See, now that you've announced this, and I know you've got other stuff that you're going to work on too, that you're working on, but yeah, I want to see this. I still need to pick up the Blu-ray for Storm Warning because I love the hell out of Storm Warning.
Oh yeah, I still haven't bought that. Shit.
You've seen it, right?
I think I watched the DVD. Yeah.
Yeah, back to the Dimension Extreme back in there, right?
It was a long time because I remember. Yeah, it was Dimension Extreme release. That was a good time.
I remember seeing Storm Warning and then finding out that that Jamie had like redone The Long Weekend. And after watching Storm Warning, I totally got it. Like as in the next movie. Yeah, that makes sense. Like the way that was shot. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And before I did before Jamie was on here the first time, actually, I wanted to show one of because my better half had already seen Valentine. She already seen Urban Legend, but she hadn't seen Storm Warning. And I'll be honest, at the time when I was talking to Jamie, I was like when I get on camera, is this actually going to be Jamie Blanks? Like, will this really be him? So, because you never know, right? This is the internet. I didn't know, man. So
being catfished into talking.
Yeah. So I turned on Storm Warning around 2-3 hours just before the video was being done. So we watched it right before, and then we started to watch Long Weekend. Then had to make the video. Did I see Umbrella's Entertainment of Megaforce? I wish Umbrella would. I haven't heard from Umbrella in around 2 months. So I'm guessing they've been busy. But I did see the announcement. I saw Megaforce in theater. I remember when the Megaforce poster was over every freaking comic book that you bought back in the day. it wasn't until years later that I realized that, hey, that dude that's playing Megaforce in Megaforce, that's Brad from Roger Picture Show. Because he had the beard and those motorcycles. I thought Megaforce was the coolest friggin' thing back in the day. And I know, like, it was super cheesy and not a lot of people loved it, but I watched it. I saw it in theater. I saw it in theater like 3 times. Oh, the Howling Wolf Records CD is friggin' fantastic. That's the one with like that has Storm Warning and Crawl Space, so it's a 2 CD set. I know because I was editing earlier and I was listening to it. I'm weird. I listen to music on CDs and stuff like that. I got my Apple stuff as well, but I like physical media. Like I got my record player's broken, but I got my computer right next to me. So when I'm making film, when I'm like writing stuff here or I'm editing, I don't want to have like a movie on that's going to distract me. So I'll put on music, and that's what I do. Like has been like a guy that I talk to a lot I've talked to a few times, and he does Howling Wolf Records. So have you ever seen him? Like the CDs? Because they put it this, Michael. Here's one right here that I listened to earlier on.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and they put it like Shockwaves. Remember the old film? And
I will not start buying another collection of discs.
They're so good, and they put like so much work into the stuff. I mean, like one thing I forgot that I loved was remember back in the day when you bought CDs and you open them up and first thing you do is what I would do is I would check to see, is it just a slip of paper or is it an actual booklet?
Yeah,
they're always booklets. And I'm a booklet guy.
I don't need this. I don't need this. La 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 la. Fuck you. Not no more big things that I got to collect a bajillion of. No FOMO for me, sir. No sir, no FOMO for me.
Oh, it's Long Weekend soundtrack that I want to listen to. I got the Long Weekend from Umbrella, and they put it out with those the new posters, Playboy posters that they do. I freaking love those things. And my better half, so I got a couple months ago, I got like a package from Umbrella, and it had like the Playboy posters, right? It's got like Harlequin, and it's like kind of long, like slender posters, and it had Harlequin, and it had Long Weekend in there. And my better half took them immediately from me. She said, you can make a video with them, but they're going up in the house in Morocco. So, because we've been looking for like geek things to put up in our house. Like, we're not looking for like, okay, what's the fanciest thing we can put up? Me and my better half, we're both geeks. And I like my crazy movies, and she loves the cheesy stuff, and she's into her Lord of the Rings and all that type of stuff. And I like movies that aren't Lord of the Rings, but are like in that genre, like Hunter from the Future and stuff like that. The cheesier like stuff. Not that I'm a mind Lord of the Rings. It's just like I'm a little bit more. I like a little bit.
I like my movies with a little bit of stank on them.
Exactly.
Like a bit of stank on my cinema.
Shot on video slashers. Oh God. Would you ever make a slasher?
I mean, yeah. You know what's funny? The last 2 movies, including Death Face, have started off as just straight slasher movies, and then my brain naturally just can't work with a very basic, tried and true format, and I have to just fuck with it. Death Face is a bit of a slasher, but
yeah, like you literally mentioned that earlier when you said like I don't want to be that person that actually starts making something like, oh, I want to do this.
Basically, that's like in the writing process. I mean, actually, The Head was almost even more of a slasher, and then we rewrote it, and it became a little bit more character centric and all that bullshit. But yeah, I actually have Shannon Dexter, who's in both The Head and in Dr. Deathface. I have a great slasher concept with her as the killer, and she really wants me to do it, but I'm like, I don't have the money for that. There's too many like there's a dick that has to get sliced off on screen. We got to do a beheading. We got to do all this stuff, like party scenes. Ugh.
See, I'd watch that because that's my jam.
I know.
That's totally my jam.
One day I'll make a movie that's for like an audience. Like,
you got to make a movie that's for you that actually an audience like enjoys, because they get that out of it. That's like doing this stuff here. It's like at the end of the day, if I didn't enjoy this, what use is there? Because there'd be like only person I wouldn't be watching it, because it'd be too miserable to watch.
Oh, by the way, everybody, you can go on Plex. You can go on Plex and you can see The Head, 2018 or 2019's The Head. It's beautiful.
Have you ever thought of like reaching out to Tubi? Because they've started to do like their own.
I tried. I looked at it for a second, and then I didn't know how. I was like, I don't understand, and then I stopped. So
it might be worth a shot. That might be a way to get like the bones for something.
The Head might even be too shitty for Tubi. I'll be like, it's one of those things. Like I got taken off of Amazon because I was too low quality.
You have not watched the two movies that I've watched them.
It was either that or they thought it was like a snuff film. I don't really know, but
have a great night there, Jamie, man. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm gonna email you sometime this week. I want to chat.
Hi, Jamie. I like your work.
I fanboyed over Urban Legend and Valentine so much that
it's cutie patootie, Jamie. Cutie patootie.
Video Violence. I'm trying to remember that one.
Video Violence is really good.
I really liked this one, I thought.
Oh, wait, no, I don't have the DVD. That's one I bought digitally. That was one of those weird times where I actually bought something digitally. But
was Brad putting that out? Because that would be a cool one.
That'd be great. Yeah, that's a really that was a big inspiration for The Head. Almost none of it translated, but it was a big part of my process for that film. Love Video Violence. So
whenever you say The Head, like it brings back memories I can't say on TV. Not that type of memory, but with a head of lettuce memory. Because Talking Heads of Lettuce, man, that's a thing. Just putting that out there right now. Sabrosa. I haven't seen much from Sabrosa in a long time. Like there was a time when you could get this shit in your local Walmart, man. I remember around was it Halloween, and I was looking in the movie section, like they had crap all there, and I went into like the, where they had the costumes and shit like that, and they had a bunch of like movies there, like on the side, and they had like these Sub Rosa 10 and 20 packs, and I used to have like 2 or 3 of that style, and I'm not sure if they worked with. Did Sub Rosa ever work with Mill Creek or Echo Bridge or anyone like that? Like to put on one of those sets, because I feel like there was one of those set things, but I used to love that style of stuff. And I remember there was like I'm not sure what company it was, but like Mill Creek did these like 50 graveyards like sets, like not the normal stuff, but like the really indie stuff that had like the what's his name, the guy that like does the really slightly stuff that you wouldn't put on like with the family around type thing.
Is it Bill, like the Hell whatever?
Yeah, that guy. That dude.
Hellfire or something.
Yeah. So there's like some of his movies there and stuff like that.
But a lot of extras.
Yeah, like they put a few of his movies in, like whatever company was put out like a bunch of movies. There's like these like crazy like anthology films that were made for like $1.50 and stuff like that. But I love the hell out of that set.
I started watching Shattered. It's funny. I was actually watching Shattered Dead when I saw your stream go up. I'm enjoying it so far. Acting could use some work, but
hey, the Royce it's a no, but for that, some of that earlier stuff, I mean, honestly, even some like the big stuff comes out there. There's not always going to be like the greatest when it comes to the acting wise. I've seen lots of like mainstream films that I'm like, yeah, this is okay, but this actor's kind of throwing me off. But yes, when you're watching like a lower budget film, sometimes like they're going to get whoever they can get. So basically, hey, the one movie that I wrote that actually got a release.
Cox
Aside
Sluts
from
9, yeah.
one actress, which was chose as a model, and I literally they said I was given a couple people, and I said, yeah, this girl looks good. Almost everybody else looked like they were picked up literally on the street. Like, do you want to act in a movie type thing? And for one case, it was because there was this important role in the film, and there was this father was like this kind of that was a graveyard keeper, white trash, abusive dad, like beat his wife and messed around with his dad, like was real like scum. Uh, so the guy that directed the film was like, so I was getting some beer, and he was coming out with a 24 case, and I said, you look like you'd be good for this movie, and I'm thinking, please don't cast like that. Please don't cast like that. This is the first thing I wrote, man. No, please don't cast like that. But oh my god! And when I watched the film, well, what it became? I could literally tell that he literally just chose a guy from from a beer store because it looked like it. It so looked like it. So yeah.
If it could work for Harmony Korine, it could work for me.
TerraVision for the win. 1 and 2.
Kill
New York Entertainment.
Motherfuckers.
I forgot New York Entertainment existed actually. That's like BI. Like for the longest time, I got a bunch of BI stuff here, and they were so cool back in the day because they would put it shit like literally. If you got the early BI releases, like they're putting out these driving classics collections and stuff like that, they put like a bunch of these. Like they would almost every one of them got upgraded to like a Vinegar Syndrome or like a 7 release. Like the Hearse was on one, and like there's a few different ones. I'm like, oh god, I want this movie to get their own releases. So literally, that's how I found frigging Vinegar Syndrome. I was in Ottawa. I was visiting Ottawa, and we went to like around half dozen different like movie shops. Couldn't find anything I wanted. So there's this like small one, and they just had genre stuff. And the first thing I saw was Night Train to Terror there, and I love me the hell of Night Train to Terror. I watched the movie so many freaking times. I'm not saying it's a good movie, but it's an Aaron movie. It's a go-to for me. It's like a comfort film. And I'm like, somebody put this on Blu-ray. Like somebody took the time to put Night Train Terror on Blu-ray. So yeah, I bought it, and that was like my start of the whole buying stuff. Brentwood Studios, yeah, I love those collections. Like you don't get as much of that now, but you get nowadays. If you get a collection of movies, it's like literally usually the mainstream stuff, like stuff that back in the day each one of them would have been like $30 to buy on VHS or DVD, and now there's like 10 of them in your there's 10 packs in your local Walmart for like $5, and you're taking it like, oh, family films, and it's like got like Babe and Babe 2 and a bunch of films on there like that, and MVP must have a Primate, or they'll have like 2 or 3 like Stallone movies and stuff on there. And in the day, you would like search and pay money for this stuff. Now it's $5 in the bin, and you're like, yeah, take it. Make any movie, make it better. My own. I would do, George, what a lot of people don't do. A lot of people look at like movies that are big, and they say, well, look, that we can remake a Nightmare on Elm Street. We can remake Friday 13. I think that's the mistake that people make with remakes. Make a movie that's already flawed. Remake a movie that's already flawed. That's something that kind of has a bit of potential, but it doesn't pull off. So for me, I'd look at some of those 80s slashers that I didn't think worked, or ones that worked, but I think I could add something to them. There's a movie, Canadian film, there's a kind of a blend of a Giallo slasher, and it worked in spite of itself. It's a movie called Curtains, which I recommend to everybody. It's a fantastic freaking film. But if I wanted to remake something, like as in like the general gist of it, it'll be something along that lines of Curtains, or I would love to redo Argento's opera, not the opera one, like not the Genius one, but the other one with Julian Sands, the Phantom of the Opera that he did, because there were some great ideas there that don't totally work, but I think the possibility to make them work are there. So I'd go for something that's flawed that I could build on. That's where I think people go wrong with remakes and sequels. Me personally, anyway. What about you, man?
I don't know. I don't know that I want to remake much.
Would you remake your own films? Or you've been there?
Well, yeah. See, what I would probably do, like I could definitely do the head better than I did it. What I'd probably do if I had like that imaginary, whatever you want to do, I'd do like an Evil Dead 2 type scenario where I kind of do, maybe a little bit of little callback, make them understand, and then provide a sequel at the same time. Like that'd probably be my go-to.
Kind of like do it, like redo it, but kind of do your own thing with it, make it new.
Like just do all the things that I wish I could have done. I actually had a great idea for a sequel to The Head, but that's not ever gonna happen.
You don't know, man. Like, just you get the right person like watching, or like you just hit up on the right person, you're talking to them, it can happen. I'm a believer, Michael.
No, we'll see.
You gotta say, public sponsor me. Somebody sponsor me, for frig's sakes. That's money.
Sell out. I want to sell out.
I love that when people say like, oh, that person did a mainstream film, they sought out, or that wrestler went to like X company. Like, what a sellout. Yeah, like feeding your family. What a sellout thing to do. I'll do that every day. I will sell out each and every day, guys, to feed my family. Just putting that hit there. Through the fire.
I'll sell like, dick pills. Just give me that money. I'll sell League of Legends, or not League, whatever fucking phone game.
World
of Tanks.
The one that's always, what's that? What is that one's always on there? You see it like every.
I'll talk about all the uses of a VPN.
I'll be doing.
I got some fucking uses for a VPN. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
I'll talk about Blue Chew. I'll make a friggin' Blue Chew, like sponsorship. Why not?
Just give me some money to rub on my titties. Just give me that money. Just that's how you withdraw funds, right?
Yeah. See, possible sponsors. Look, I've got actual directors like popping up. You want to?
Come on, he knows celebrities like us.
Come on. The YouTube sponsor. Select 2 targets. Who accepts the sponsorship? I'm still surprised that like nobody's really taken this format and actually, like, we've seen like the movie done on camera and on your stuff, but I mean, like, sort of the it is after one. George, happy birthday, man. It is George's birthday today, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Wait, Aaron, you gotta get rid of the web page screen.
The what?
Get rid of the shared screen.
Oh,
I'm not using it anymore.
No, I'm not.
There we go. Yeah, now with your big beautiful mug, say happy. Wait, you gotta do like a whole. You gotta. Happy birthday, George. Happy birthday to you.
See, George, I'm just gonna say regular happy birthday. I'm gonna let Michael do like the sexy happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. President George. Happy birthday, George.
Hopefully you have a great one. I want to make. Yeah, that's it. I want to make a movie. Fuck it. Want to get to Morocco, and hopefully learn some French, because barely knowing English right now. That's. Yeah, see, I don't know. French is big over there, man. Like everybody speaks French. So, and all their films like are almost that. You go, they'll always used to get pissed off because I buy movies at the store there, and I would get them back to the house and they'd be in French. And I say, "Was is there like subtitles?" And they'd be like Arabic subtitles and no English subtitles. I'm like, no. Just like, man, welcome.
I think Brad's making fun of me. I don't care for that making fun of me, Brad.
Audiobooks.
I'm a professional.
I almost did a voice once. Do you know I almost did voice work for a whale?
What?
Yeah, one of my friends was a children's software, and he said, "You used to act, right?" And I'm like, "Well, barely, but yes, I did." He said, "What do you think about doing the voice for like for a whale for like some software that we're doing?" I'm like, "Fuck yes, I'm there." But the week that it was happening, I had a family thing happen, and I was so disappointed. So the whale unvoiced, but I almost was the voice of whale for like some kids software. That would have been fantastic, actually.
If Aunt Rue hadn't exploded,
Yeah.
we would have voiced whale. Could have gone. Oh, oh. I've been great.
That would have been something my kids could have liked. My kids could have. Well,
My dad's the guy.
Yeah. I'll be that guy. 42 today. I didn't want to say your age. I knew your age, but I didn't want to say it. Let's just say so.
42 and ready to do. All right.
I'll never see 42 again, or 43, or 44, or 45, 46, or 50. I'm not depressed at all. I just need to bust some movies now, though. Just saying. Was it English or was it whale speak? It was English. I was working on different whale like kind of voices for the whale, actually.
Howdy, kids! I'm a whale.
He has a name too.
Buy these whale products.
That was like it was such a cool little thing. I think, and the week after we moved to Ontario. So yeah, that didn't happen then. Keene looks 26.
Oh, Brad is fucking with me right now.
That's it.
Just keep my money coming. Say whatever the fuck you want about my decrepit body and my horrifying voice and my overtly large forehead. Oh, another one for the whale. Remember, kids, if you're gonna go anywhere, walk with a purpose. There we go.
I like that, actually. That idea is.
Whale. I'm a whale. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's okay, man. I am literally here right now. Like basically my
shit right now, bitch.
Okay. My better half's in Morocco. My cousin's here with me. Sleep Lango, and this is what I'm doing, guys. I am tap dancing for you all. That's my job, tap dancing on YouTube. My God, you remind me of something right now. I'm trying to remember.
This is my Raiden Steckler look.
Steckler. You don't need to get the.
I just need a hoodie.
I love my hoodie. I'm a hoodie person. I'm a hoodie person. I got like a dozen hoodies. Obviously, for when I'm at their battle rapping and stuff like that.
I could rock this look, right? Oh.
See, now you need to play a psycho killer like in one of your films, or like some guy coming out of like an adult film, like theater. With that look, you gotta have that look though. You gotta have the look when you do it.
This is my adult film look.
Yeah, it's like you're like coming out of the adult theater, like
Yeah. Oh, I just jerked off in a business.
Trench coat on.
Would anyone like to buy stamps?
Do you know what needs a Blu-ray release? What friggin' really needs it? I don't know if you've seen these, but there were two of them, and they were these kind of like very, very NPC like sex
Oh, right. Yeah. On PC, own the libs, bruh. All right. Okay.
Can I do it? I need glasses. Was one of them. And the other one was, if you don't stop it, you go blind. And it had like all these like just fun, like dirty jokes type of things. And like Robin Williams is actually one of them. But his management team, it was just before he became famous, had them cut down like his part in the movie because one, he was doing like more humane Happy Days at this point. But I love the hell out of these films, and I watched them so many times, like so many. I'm almost embarrassed to say how many times I watched these movies, but yes, when I was a kid, like one, I was a teenager and it's a bunch of nudity, so I'm there for that. Two of these were like cringeworthy, like jokes, like the one with the like there's one with a Lone Ranger type character, and he's and there's Tonto with him, and he goes to use.
I've read this fan fiction actually.
Doesn't go like that. So he gets bitten anyway. Like, oh, he says Tonto. He says Tonto. I've just been bitten on my pee-pee by a rattlesnake. So you got to get a doctor. So and then with the wind, Tonto goes for the doctor. He gets the doctor. Doctor's like, sorry, I can't come right now, but there's only one way to save the Lone Ranger. What? I would do anything. What do I have to do? And he's like, you're going to have to suck poison from the wound. And as Tonto goes back, like racing like the wind, only one phrase went through his mind: suck poison from wound, suck poison from wound, suck poison from wound. And finally reaches Lone Ranger. And he's like, oh, Tonto, what did the doctor say? Oh, Kimasabi, doctors say you're going to die. I love that film, man. Sorority Massacre 2, love the hell of that one. Hard to Die, yes.
Hard to Die is so good. Oh
do you have or still have? I'll pimp this out in your merch store, like a T-shirt.
I do, unless for some reason my merch store is down, then I do.
Because I thought like I saw that and I'm like, why the freak did I not think of that first? That is genius.
Yeah. Yep, it's still up. So yeah, you can still buy an Orville Ketchum as himself T-shirt. I don't know how to
impress the girls with your Orville Ketchum T-shirt.
Just look up Michael Keene's Merch Palace. You'll find me.
I have to. That's this week actually working on merchandise, and it is taking forever. Then I realized some of the editing software that I was using for it.
I can't tell if Brad's still fucking with me in the comments. But I would be in a remake of Alabama Takedown. Just saying.
See, now I want to see Sorority Massacre 2 and Hard to Die. I want to release this for those. So, Brad, I know you do the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. So those films, I would buy the hell up. Put those in 4K.
I feel like Hard to Die might be one of those that like Shout is maybe sitting on. I could be wrong, but
see, it's just got a feel of a Vincent type thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would like if Hard to Die was a Vincent title, A, I'd be really excited, and B, I'd be like, what the fuck? Y'all didn't give me anything to work on? Like I would expect, like that's a, I stroke your cock, you stroke mine kind of thing. Or whatever, however the phrase goes.
I'm not quite sure it goes like that, but we'll go with that one anyway. But I am going to wind things down because I have to do the one thing that I don't want to do tomorrow, and that's Bill stuff.
Okay.
All the joy. Thank you so much for finally coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I was very happy to see you link me. Because I like talking to cool, hip, older, weird uncles.
Well, that's it. I'm about as weird and as old as you get on YouTube. So there you go. With my Tintin meets Captain Haddock. Like, yeah. Thank you, Michael Keene, for coming on. If you want to check out his movie, feel free to go.
Yeah, good. You can go to the Indiegogo, the Dr. Deathface, and you give me money. And I'll be like, yeah, money. And I'll be like, hey, take your shirt off. I finally have money for you. Cha-ching.
Be part of cinema history. There you go.
Yeah. Do it.
And I will see you guys soon, because right now it is 1:30 here. And although I'm not even remotely tired, and that's kind of disturbed me a little bit, I do have to be up by 5 because the time differential in Morocco is different. That's the only time I'm probably going to have to talk to her for all day. Dude, that's it. You're going to be the next Ray Dennis Steckler. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to like be in some of your own movies. Do that.
Let's do it. Let's do it, Rat Fane. Come on.
You make a sequel to that, like Skid Row slasher film. There you go. Make a sequel to a Ray Dennis Steckler movie.
Oh God, I'm pretty sure there's rights involved with that. Ugh,
Right.
I don't have money. I'll just rip him off. I'll just rip him off.
Yeah, just like you'll make like Cash Flag. You be like $1 banner. There you go, something like that. Just make it similar. All right. Thanks for watching me and Michael tonight. Check out He's Indiegogo. My name is Aaron. This is Michael Keene, and this has been The Cult of Cinema. So thank you guys for joining me.